What's up, Vortex Nation? Today we're going to be learning all about the Fury HD 5000 AB laser range finding binoculars, environmental sensing capabilities, wind modes, and how to use them. If you're not familiar with the Fury AB and have not already watched part 1 or 2 of this series, there are links to them in the description below. From the main menu on the Fury HD app, select Environmentals. Here, all of the Fury AB's weather information is displayed. In addition to the compass and inclinometer, the Fury AB has environmental sensors on board to measure temperature, pressure, and humidity. Wind speed and direction are then entered by the user using a Fury AB or imported from a Kestrel to create a complete data set for the Applied Ballistics solver. On the bottom half of the screen, you will see the words temperature, pressure, and humidity with a value on the right and a Fury AB and pencil icon on the left. By default, the Fury AB is set to utilize the onboard sensors to analyze its surroundings. This is denoted by the icon of the Fury AB next to the corresponding environmental element being filled in, while the pencil icon remains grayed out. In instances where you are quickly changing environments with your Fury AB, such as leaving a warm cabin into the winter cold, the Fury AB will need time to properly adjust to its surroundings and get accurate readings, as all the environmental sensors are inside the main chassis. If you need to use your Fury AB before it has had time to acclimate, your best option is to manually enter your environmentals in the app and push them to the Fury AB. To do this, tap the pencil icon next to each parameter you would like to alter, tap the corresponding value you would like to change, then make the change. You can change one or all of the parameters as necessary. Only click the pencil icon on the parameters you wish to change. Once you have everything entered, the sync button at the top of the page will fill in. Select it, and your custom environmental data will override the Fury AB's sensors. The Fury AB will continue to use this inputted value until it is either changed and synced, or until you tap the Fury AB icon for the parameter to change it back to the Fury AB's onboard sensor and select sync again. When entering wind information, your Fury AB comes default in full crosswind mode. This mode is great for quick wind entry and simple shooting setups, but assumes any wind is coming from the full 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock position relative to the direction you are ranging. The currently active wind mode is displayed underneath the sync button on the environmentals page in the Fury HD app when connected to the Fury AB. In this mode, the Fury AB assumes either A, there is no significant wind, or B, that the wind is either coming from the 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock position. When looking through your Fury AB, you will see a 0 on the right side of the reticle. This 0 indicates that there is no significant wind. To change your wind setting to indicate a 5-mile-an-hour wind from the 3 o'clock position, press the arrow button beside the measure button on the right barrel 5 times. You will see an arrow appear pointing from the 3 o'clock position toward the 9 o'clock position on the right side of the number, and the number change from 0 to 5. The Fury AB will now factor in a 5-mile-per-hour wind bearing 90 degrees from your right. To return to 0, simply press the opposite arrow button beside the menu button on the left barrel 5 times so that the number returns to 0 and the arrow next to it disappears. You can also press and hold the left and right wind direction buttons simultaneously to quickly zero the wind speed and bearing. As you alter your crosswind, those changes will update on the environmentals page, relative wind clock face, and miles per hour to the left of it. In wind-bearing capture mode, the Fury AB will use its compass to keep track of wind direction regardless of which direction the user is facing. This mode is excellent if you have wind coming in from an odd angle, is varying greatly in direction and speed, or you're frequently changing position and direction. Hold down the wind bearing capture button located closest to the objective lens on the left barrel of the Fury AB for 2 seconds to enter into wind bearing capture mode. When active, the Fury AB display will read wind at the bottom. Both left and right arrow icons beside the 0 will turn on, and 3 dashes followed by a degree symbol will appear across the top of the reticle. The app will also display wind bearing capture mode under the sync button on the environmentals page when connected to the Fury AB. The wind bearing capture mode utilizes the Fury AB's internal compass to lock in the exact direction the wind is coming from. To use it, stand so that you face directly into the wind and press the wind bearing capture button once. A value in degrees from the compass will appear at the top of the Fury display, and the true wind from dataset on the environmentals page will update with the exact degree as well. Next, enter the speed at which the wind is blowing using the arrow buttons. The arrow button on the right barrel increases wind speed, and the one on the left barrel decreases it. If you need to change the wind bearing at any point, simply face into the wind and press the wind bearing capture button again. If the wind should change significantly or the speed were to die down, you can also press and hold the left and right wind buttons simultaneously to zero the wind speed and bearing. To exit out of the wind bearing capture mode, hold the wind bearing capture button down for 2 seconds. The wind arrows will both disappear, and the environmentals page on the app will display full crosswind mode under the sync button. Now that you know how to utilize your environmentals and wind direction modes, you are ready to call your most accurate corrections ever. If you have any other questions about the Fury AB or any of our other products, please don't hesitate to reach out in the comments below, on the phone, or on any of our social media platforms. We're always here to help.